All right, Pat.
All right, well, last but not least, we have a PlayStation classic. This is one of the first actually games that was action and comedy that I ever played. This is Gex. Now it was I found out it was not originally for the PlayStation. It was for some like weird um it was some other
It
system
was
that I've never
3DO, was it?
yeah, 3DO. I think
3DO.
it was
That's
for
what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that too.
and it was ported to PlayStation, and it was hilarious. If no one's ever seen Gex, you're literally a gecko who's voiced by the comedian Dana Gould, and he was hilarious. You're obsessed with TV, and there's this like bionic guy named Rez who thinks that you're funny, and he wants to make you the mascot of his network. And Gex is just obsessed with TV. He's just in the crib, always channel surfing. And somehow Rez gets him to get sucked into the TV station by using like this little bionic bug that Gex eats. And now, like every world that you go through is a different like channel of TV. So right now he's in a scary movie. He's in an action film for some of them. And it's really dope because the entire thing is based off of pop culture references because he's obsessed with TV. So
Right.
his whole thing was like funny one-liners. He would like quote Jim Carrey and stuff like that, and just like other like stuff that was going on in like popular comedy movies. And it was dope just because like he was so funny that that's the first time that I really saw that like there are other things that can bring in non-gamers, because my parents actually liked watching us play this game because he was so funny. Like even to this day, my dad be like saying random stuff that Gex would just yell in the middle of the level, like I'm working without a net here, just like all this like random stuff. But he was hilarious. And then like it was a platformer that had like you can tell that he was one of the things that tried to compete with Mario or Sonic, for the mascot thing, because not only was he lovable, but he had that just like that extra thing. How Sonic had the speed and the spin, just like that extra thing. He had his tail, which he can not only whip at people, he can sort of make into a spring and like jump, and he could like lick like Yoshi. So there was like a lot of cool stuff that made it a fun game, because not only was it funny, they actually made like a legit platformer out of it. And obviously Gex was so lovable, he went on to do a couple of sequels actually. There was one that's really good for Nintendo 64. And in that one, every level, which is a different movie or TV show, you actually get different costumes. So this
Right.
was way before like customization and DLC. But if you did the 007 level, you would literally be like in a white tux, and he would be like doing a trash accent the whole time. Like shaken, not stirred. Like the whole thing was based off of puns.
I remember that commercial. I remember that was a
Oh, I think
promo.
it was called like Enter the Gecko or something
And
like that.
Yeah.
into the gecko. Yeah, that's the one I remember playing. I didn't, honestly, Pat. I didn't know that this was the first one. I never have seen this gameplay. I remember playing
Yeah.
Into the Gecko one a lot because it was 3D. It was they went to 3D platformer instead.
Yeah, you know what? It's almost like Sonic. Like it kind of shows you that a character, not only does like the character have to be dope, but the team has to be dope, because just because you have a dope 2D platformer, it doesn't always translate in 3D also, which I think was a problem with Sonic at first. Obviously, they did Sonic Adventure, which was a masterpiece, but
Yeah,
it was just weird because like even though I did like the 3D version, I still prefer the platformer. I just think it's like perfect for Gex's character.
gotcha.
But not a lot of characters are like Mario and can just kill it in both
And everything that he touches.
every style that you do. But yeah, like you see, like the purpose was to find these hidden remotes. Much like Mario 64, like every level had like a couple of different things that you can do specifically to get these like little TVs. And yeah, your whole thing was to try to get out of the station, because you weren't trying to be his mascot. So at the end of every level, you find this like TV that brings you back in, and every channel you have to pretty much clear every channel to get to the next station. So it had like a pretty solid storyline too. Like I feel like that could have definitely potentially been a TV show at the time, maybe not now.
Right.
um but yeah, I'm low-key gonna see if this is on the PlayStation Network. This shit look kind of fun.
Right.
Man, it seems like it's something that could have been dope if you just kind of like, even if you wanted to go 3D, you could have just copied off of Mario. Just like based off of what I see now, if you would have made it like Mario 64, this would have been a dope game.
It was. So it was essentially
Yeah.
a 64 ripoff, and obviously in the best way, like how Banjo was, but it was pretty much 3D. You would go into these 3D worlds and have like literally like different jobs to do. So there was another one. Obviously, people like connected with the Gex in the horror film. In Enter the Gecko, there was a haunted house that you did, and like you get one remote if you do some shit with the bookshelves, and then you get another remote if you do like something over here with some ghosts. Like it's very like different and like sort of like mission based, kind of like how in 64 they put you in a world and let you do whatever was next. So it kind of did, it did have like a pretty solid 3D game. I'm just saying I don't think it like measured up to Super Mario 64 in terms of like best games of all time, just for that reason.
Or Banjo for that matter. Like it didn't. Yeah. I'm pulling up gameplay of it right now. In fact, I'm gonna.
I see them on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Which one?
Enter the Gecko.
Enter the Gecko one. Yep. I'm looking.
Enter the Gecko was PlayStation 2?
It was. It made it to both. It was N64. I remember playing on the N64 too, but it made it on both consoles. And
so N64 was not happening.
Right, Will, now that I see the graphic, I definitely remember this this commercial. It's crazy because him in his little suit, it kind of puts you in the mind of Geico a little bit.
That's
I feel like
Geico,
it kind of washed away my Gecko memory, but I'm looking at it now like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Yep.
Because that's who I legit thought that what happened to him. I thought like Gex became the Geico lizard. I was like, because that's what I saw. And I was just like, oh, dope. Okay, so they just using this. But then I found out it was two different geckos. I was like,
yeah, the Geico lizard came and blackballed your boy Gex.
got him out of business. Ran my man out of business. But
Gex was over here doing drugs in alleyways, and they was just like, sorry, buddy. Got to go with someone a little bit cleaner.
Exactly. Can't always dress up in this suit all the time. We don't know what you're up to.
But yeah, you could see just exactly how they did the paintings in 64.
Yep.
It was literally like that. Now you see like the Mission 5, Smash 5 blood coolers. There's just like different things that you had to do in a checklist. So I don't know. Mario 64 pretty much put the format for like the next decade or two of video, or at least 3D games.
Yeah, I always remember this part because that's when he like starts talking to you. Before every single time he shows up, he turns around, says some like crazy one-liner, and then you start playing with him. Like,
is this a speed run? This dude's kind of killing it.
Nah, I think this is a regular gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a regular gameplay. I know what the speed run. Actually, I do know what the speed run for this game is. It's a glitch. It's like a glitch one as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
Pat.
for some reason, for me, I really like characters that are either funny and personable, like Gex, or they don't say nothing, like Link. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like people that like characters that stay in the middle are kind of forgettable to me. But it's either just like all action, like don't really say much, or just like silly, like this. But
right.
I just felt like I don't know what this is. It's like Kaioken Gex.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen him on fire before ever. Like, what is this?
And a big thing was that him being a gecko, he had the sticky fingers. So that's one big thing that he had on Mario and Sonic, was that he could sort of do almost ninja-like gameplay. Because ninjas be doing like the wall runs and the wall climbs and stuff. You could pretty much get ninja-like gameplay, but obviously, anytime the character is an animal, it's gonna be like easier on the eyes. So I just thought he was pretty solid.
Up to date though, this would be kind of fire. Like even like customizing like to where like his tail does special attacks and stuff, springs and everything. I can see how this could be like a fire remake for somebody to play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm looking at though? Is it me, or does his size not match up well to the environment?
Like he's too big?
Like he's too little or something.
Yeah, like I see what you're saying.
Kind of big around him.
Maybe it's the green too that doesn't help, because Mario just stood out. Maybe because it was the red. And like Mario always stood out. I feel like you can almost lose Gex just playing like this.
He almost looks big.
Yeah.
He got messed up right there.
Yeah, you got clapped there. But yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if any of these companies that be watching Arcade Tokens, if you guys actually listen to us, I think a Gex remake would be lit. I would actually prefer a remake of the platformer. I think that'd be lit. Kind of like how they remade Abe's Odyssey, but I think a 3D one would work. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I think Gex would be dope. I think Gex would be dope. And then too, y'all should make him do a collab with Geico where they both just meet up and we find out they related.
I think that a Gex Fortnite skin would go crazy.
Dang, that'd be hard.
That'd be dope.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like even like a newer comedian could voice him. You know, like even though
Detroit would be hilarious.
if you made Gex a black dude this time around.
Yeah, Detroit, you know what I'm saying? That'd be dope.
Is my finger? I don't know. If my finger gonna be
I mean, you can keep pointing down a little bit more. Like, you point down, I'll point down. There you go. There you go.
I would say CP is the new Gex. That'd be dope.
That man right there.
Dope. Like I have the eyes. My fingers aren't as sticky, but I do look like Yoshi. Yeah.
I was talking about the voice, not the look.
I don't know if Crystal Dynamics is still a thing, but if they are, yeah, hit us up. We could maybe like run the reap. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So.
Talk about